Good afternoon, everybody. I am Bobby J. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'm working on a 1989 Shelby living quarters horse trailer. And rumor is this trailer was previously owned by Joe Montana. So that's pretty cool. It came out of Montana. It's been up there its whole life. And my dad purchased it here a few years back. And that's the story, that it was up there at Joe Montana and Eddie DeBartolo had a ranch together. And this was one of the trailers that was on the property and was supposedly Joe's. So got a few issues. The hinges on the back door. This trailer is mostly all aluminum. The hinges are also aluminum all the way around, and they are splitting in half on the back, and that back door is about to fall off. We caught it just in time. So I'm going to get the aluminum gear out. I have actually never welded aluminum before, but I've had a local guy in town that's an expert. He's given me a lot of pointers and sold me some gear. So I'm going to go get set up and go give it a try. Then second thing on the list is electric brakes. Not too sure what's going on with the electric brakes on this trailer. I can't even confirm that they're working or not working. So I'm gonna hook up to it. I'm gonna go pull it after I check the wiring. That's the first thing, make sure wiring is actually connected, and go see what it does. And then from there, the third thing is, if I've got time, repack the bearings. That has been done who knows when, and it is probably definitely due for some fresh grease. And after that, I don't know, we'll see. So here lies the problem with these hinges. They're splitting and cracking. This one is almost all the way through the back. So yeah, there's a little bit of meat there, but not much. It's not cracked. This one's a little bit better. The other two, they were basically about the same. So obviously a repair has been made in the past. This one actually split over to the bolt holes, which is interesting. But my solution here to fix this hopefully should take care of it for the life of this trailer. So let's get started. And there's the final product right there. A piece of 3/8 by 1.25 inch, aluminum flat bar laid over the top of that, and the bracket itself, or the hinge itself, is about 1 7/8 inches. Is it a work of art? Is it absolutely beautiful? No. But as a welder, I may be new to aluminum, but as a welder, experienced welder, I do know what penetration is. And you know, I knew as I was welding it, I was watching it pool and melt into both edges really well. So this is definitely welded well. Beautiful? No, but not bad either. So let's get the second one done and get these back on the door. Well, there we go. Let's see here. There we go. This door almost fell off, but got to weld it back on. And that should last for a long time. Hopefully the life of the trailer. That is the hope there. But yeah, not bad, not bad. Joe Montana's trailer, his old horse trailer. So I'm gonna get hooked up to this thing and see what's going on with the electric brakes, because don't know if they're working, don't know if they're not working, don't know what's going on. I'm gonna check wiring, make sure wiring's connected, and then go hook up to it. Take her for a spin, see if we got any brakes back here. right, let's see what's going on with these brakes. First thing is, let's see if we even have any wiring hooked up. Which, oh man, we got lots of room. Oh. Yeah, okay. Now, I'm gonna check the other 3 and see, yeah, we're all right there. Okay, going into the tube. All right, that's interesting. Torsion axles, that's kind of cool. 7,000, I guess 6,000, probably because this is an 89. These are probably considered to be 6,000 pound axles because they got, I believe the only difference is the bearings, seal, hub, spindle, everything's the same as your standard 7,000 pound that we know of today. The difference is they upgraded from the organic pad to a semi-metallic pad and decided to call it a 7,000 pound axle. So, there you go. So, let's check the other 3. Everything looks good on the wiring. So, but what I don't like is I don't like the fact that all the drums are a nice old rusty looking color. They do not look like they've been warm in some time. So I think the simplest solution is, since all the wiring basically checks out, before I even start adjusting them, I need to hook up to it with my truck and I need to go pull this thing around and shoot 12 volts back here and see what the heck happens. Because that's the, if they won't even adjust up, well, then maybe possibly I gotta go ahead and pull the drums and check everything out and see what stuff looks like on the inside, and see actually how far out of adjustment they might be. But I doubt it. If nothing works, next step then is to go ahead and actually test for power back here with the brake controller squeezed and see if I've got a broken wire or something between the truck and the axles. Then from there, then see what happens. So let's hook up to this thing. Actually, first we're going to check and see what this thing weighs, just out of curiosity. With this thing basically being, what is this, 85–90% aluminum? I want to see what this trailer weighs. Then we'll get hooked up to it, then we'll go for a ride. Okay. Let's see here. And she's on. Let's see what she weighs. Woo! A little heavier than we thought. 58.60. And there's not a lot of stuff in there. It probably weighs 5,300, 5,400 from the factory, I bet. So for a trailer that's got a 14,000 pound GVW, which makes sense, those are probably counted as 6,000 pounders back here, not sevens. It's actually surprisingly heavy. So I don't know what a horse weighs. I'm not a horseman, but yeah, it doesn't give you actually a lot of extra payload. You know, used to flatbeds and everything, and you dump trailers anywhere where you got, you know, your payload's a heck of a lot more than what your tear is. So, all right, well, let's get hooked up to this thing and go for a ride. They're definitely working back there. Those trailer brakes are working. They just need, what they need is they need some miles with some horses loaded up, get some weight in the trailer, and be able to get them all shined up. That's probably the biggest problem with them, is they're probably dirty and rusty in there, and the armatures are all rusty, and they need to get cleaned up and polished up, and I bet they'll start working pretty good. So Pretty cool. Got Joe Montana's horse trailer hooked up to the back of my truck. This is a pretty nice trailer, I have to say. You know, I'm not a horse guy. My dad's the horse guy. My wife, I guess she could maybe consider herself a horse gal. I'm not a horse guy. I'd buy old diesel trucks and work on them. But yeah, this is a nice trailer, I have to say. And the color scheme sure looks a lot like the 49ers. Well, how about that? I was getting ready to tear all this apart to repack the bearings, and it's a greasable spindle. Doesn't that make that easy? So I'm gonna throw 8 or 10 pumps in here, freshen up, throw a little fresh grease in there. Now the other thing is I can hear that there is maybe just barely, maybe part of the shoe is just barely nicking a tall side of the drum. But I'm going to try to adjust these brakes up. Hopefully the adjuster's not frozen, because who knows how long how long it's been since that thing's been moved. But I'm going to try to adjust these up a little bit and see if we can get them just to barely drag, just a pinch. And we know that's pretty damn close. So I'm going to wrap this project up. Whoa. Okay, so what's the story exactly? You know, it's kind of like, you know, okay, Joe Montana used to own this trailer, supposedly. Well, what you tell me, what's the story about this here?
Well, my ranch in Montana, okay. Eddie DeBarlow's got a ranch called the Candy Bar Ranch, not too far from the Glacier View Ranch.
Candy Bar Ranch.
And I met a gentleman, and he worked for Eddie DeBarlow, Joe Montana, and everything. And he said he had Joe Montana wanted to sell his horse trailer. And I said, I want to buy it. So that's how I got the horse trailer.
Gosh dang, gotta buy that son of a gun. It was owned by Joe Montana.
It's Joe. So if his jersey sold for $1.2 million, based on weight, I can't imagine how much the horse trailer was.
It's got to be worth at least like 30-40 million, yeah, by weight. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. So there it is. That's the story. That's what we know anyway. He's the one that bought it. Apparently it was owned by Joe Montana. Hey, if you like this video, please like it and please subscribe. We'll
Notice the colors. See, those were the old 49er
Didn't I
colors.
say something?
Back in the 80s when then, you know.
Yeah. Hey, please subscribe to the video. We'll see you on the next one.